Have you ever been scrolling on your phone and just paused, wondering how it knew exactly what you wanted to see next? It feels like magic, right? Well, it's not. And it all starts with a single tap, a single click. Today, we're going to follow that one click on its amazing journey, from a simple action you take to a powerful prediction that shapes your digital world. And really, this is the blueprint for everything we're about to talk about. It doesn't matter if it's recommending a new series to binge or showing you an ad for sneakers you were just thinking about. It all comes down to this simple three-step dance. Observe, learn, and then anticipate. First, it watches. Then, it finds a pattern. And finally, it makes its best guess about what's coming next. So where does this whole thing begin? You might think it starts with some super complex algorithm or a mountain of code. But nope, it actually starts with you. The first piece of the puzzle is always a real, simple, human action. Okay, so let's say you're watching a video. The second you hit play, a system somewhere creates a little record, a log of what you just did. But it's not just that you watched it. This is the key part. It immediately starts adding layers of context. What device are you on? Is it morning or late at night? Are you on your home Wi-Fi? All this extra information is what turns a simple action into a really meaningful signal. But here's the thing, and it's a huge limitation we have to remember. The system can perfectly log what you did. Watch 3 videos about baking bread. What it has absolutely no clue about is why you did it. Were you genuinely interested in baking? Were you just bored, avoiding work? That gap between your behavior and your actual motivation is everything. Right, so now we've got all this raw data, these logs of what you and millions of other people are doing. But honestly, on its own, it's a total mess. It's just noise. The next and maybe most important step is to turn that chaos into something clean and useful. Think of raw data like a giant pile of stuff from a construction site. Yeah, there are some good bricks and wood in there, but it's all mixed in with dust, random junk, and scrap metal. A lot of your clicks are probably accidental. Maybe your scrolling is just random fidgeting. So the first job for any of these systems is to sift through all that junk and find the good stuff. And that good stuff has a name. It's called a feature. A feature is the essential ingredient for any prediction. It's not the raw data itself, but an interpretation of that data. It's a useful, measurable signal that a machine can actually understand and work with. It's the building block. This table shows that translation perfectly. So the system might see the raw data. You're scrolling down a page super fast. It takes that action and turns it into a feature it calls, say, content relevance, and it assigns it a value of low. On the flip side, if it sees you come back to the same website 5 times in 1 week, it creates a different feature, maybe interest strength, and assigns it a value of high. See how that works? And this is absolutely crucial to understand. This process is not objective. Real people, engineers, data scientists, are the ones who decide which signals matter. They're the ones who decide that scroll speed is a good proxy for relevance. And that means their priorities, their goals, and even their unconscious biases get baked right into the system from the very beginning. Okay, so the system has figured out some features based on your actions. But here's the twist. To a prediction system, you're not really that interesting on your own. Your data only becomes truly powerful when it gets thrown into a giant pot with the data from millions and millions of other people. Which brings us to the big question, right? How on earth can a machine predict what you, a complex, unique individual, are going to do next? The answer is, well, it's kind of a trick question. Because it doesn't. It doesn't predict you. It predicts people like you. The system works by finding a group, a massive crowd of people who've acted similarly to you in the past. Then it just assumes you're probably going to act like they're going to act in the future. It's all about finding patterns in large groups. And it does this by bucketing everyone into different groups or segments. Based on your features, like your viewing habits or what time you usually shop online, it'll slot you into a category. Maybe you're a binge watcher or a casual browser. The prediction you get isn't custom made for you. It's the prediction for your entire segment. So we have the data, we have the features, and we have the groups. Now comes the part where the learning actually happens. And this is where the predictive model comes into play. You can think of it as a giant engine that learns through relentless trial and error. Now, a model is not a crystal ball that sees the future. It's much more like a probability engine. What it does is comb through huge amounts of past data to find tiny correlations. It learns things like, hey, people who bought product A and also listened to this type of music were very likely to then go on and buy product C. And this is what a prediction actually looks like under the hood.
It's not a definite this will happen. It's just a percentage, a probability score. The system is essentially placing a bet saying, based on everything I've seen before, there's a 72% chance this person is going to click on this ad.
So how does it get more accurate? By practicing. Constantly. It makes a guess, then it watches to see what actually happened. Did you click or not? Based on that outcome, it slightly tweaks its internal math to be a little bit better next time. Now, just imagine that loop happening millions of times a second. And this is a really wild but important idea to get your head around. The system isn't getting smarter like a human does. It doesn't understand why you like what you like. Its incredible accuracy comes from the brute force of repetition, doing the same task over and over and over until its ability to spot patterns is almost perfect. So far, we've basically been talking about systems that observe the world and make guesses about it. But this last step is where things get really, really interesting. This is where the systems stop just predicting reality and actually start to change it. It's called a feedback loop. Look at this example with the song. A system predicts a song has the potential to be a hit. So what does it do? It starts promoting it, pushing it onto more playlists and homepages. Because of that promotion, more people listen to it. And because more people are listening, the song's popularity shoots up, which in turn confirms the system's original prediction. The prediction became a self-fulfilling prophecy. And this power to actually influence our reality has some huge consequences. These loops can take an existing bias and amplify it across a whole platform. They can make us start to trust the algorithm more than our own gut feelings. And it all happens inside a black box, which makes it really hard to know who's responsible when things go wrong. And that's really the thought I want to leave you with today. We followed the journey from one tiny single click all the way to a feature, to a pattern found in a crowd, to a prediction that circles back and actually influences your next click. It is an incredibly powerful cycle. And as these systems get woven deeper and deeper into our lives, it makes us ask a really important question. If our choices are being shaped by predictions, then who or what is really in control?